Hi everyone, today I'll be talking about adverbs of frequency and word order in question. First of all, let's talk about adverb of frequency. What is adverb of frequency? Adverb of frequency tells us how often people do something. Actually, there are many, but for this lesson, there are mainly 5 adverbs of frequency. We have always, usually, often, sometimes, and never. Each of these words has its own percentage. Always is 100%, usually is 90%, often is 70%, sometimes is 50% or lower than that, and never is 0%. So now let's talk about the position of adverb of frequency. We use adverb of frequency before main verb. For example, I usually go to school. I always get up at 5:30. So in these sentences, we use adverb of frequency before main verb. Another one, we can use adverb of frequency after verb to be. For example, I am never late for class. She is always helpful. Let's move to word order. Word order in question. Word order in question is to make question with to be, have got, do and does. Verb to be can make its own sentences, and it also can use word WA question. For example, are you married? Are you a student? So in here, verb to be can make its own sentences. Another one, verb to be can use word WA question. For example, what are you doing? Where are you from? So in here, verb to be use word WA question. Now let's move to have got. For example, have you got brothers? Have got here, it can make its own sentence and it can use word with other. For example, how many brothers have you got? Now let's move to do and does. For example, do you have a boyfriend? Does she do homework? Or you can use word other sentences. For example, how often have you got homework? So in this lesson, like I have mentioned earlier, I have told you about adverb of frequency and words order in question. And I talk about the percentage of adverb of frequency, the position of adverb of frequency, and I also talk about word orders in question like to be, have got, and do it does that can make questions. So after understand the lesson, now let's move to our class for the detail. Now let's look for the detail. In here, we are talking about Unit 5, School Life, Grammar 1, Adverbs of Frequency and Word Order in question. Let's look at the learning objective. At the end of the lesson, you'll be able to practice using adverbs of frequency in the sentences, use adverbs of frequency in daily life, make questions through ordering words. So now let's look at adverbs of frequency from 0% to 100%. Now look at the sentences. She is never late for school. He sometimes writes music too. He often goes to bed late. She usually gets up at 7 o'clock. He always does his homework. Now let's move to the next slide. Always, usually, often, sometimes, never. Now let's look at the percentage. Always is 100%. Now let's look at the example. I always get up at 5:30. So now let me tell you in Khmer ខ្ញុំតែងតែភ្ញាក់នៅម៉ោង5 កន្លះ 90%. Usually 90%. Let's look at the example. He usually goes to school. ឬក៏កន្លែងនេះយើងអាចនិយាយថាគាត់ជាញឹកញាប់ទៅសាលា Often is 70%. Now let's look at the example. They often do homework. អញ្ចឹងពួកគេជារឿយធ្វើកិច្ចការងារផ្ទះដែលគ្រូដាក់ឲ្យ Sometimes is 50%. Now let's look at the example. They sometimes play tennis. អញ្ចឹងពួកគេម្ដងម្កាលឬក៏ពេលខ្លះលេង tennis. The last one is never, 0%. Let's look at example. She is never late for class. នាងមិនដែលយឺតក្នុងម៉ោងសិក្សាទេ Look at the position of adverbs of frequency. Before main verbs. អញ្ចឹងយើងប្រើ adverb of frequency ហ្នឹងមុខ main verb គឺមុខកិរិយាសព្ទសំខាន់ Now let's look at the example. I usually go to the market. So what is the main verb? Main verb here is go, the main verb. Another one. She always goes to school. So what is main verb here? Okay. He has often got some homework. Now we have two verbs, has and got. Which one is main verb? And the answer is got. Because got here has its own meaning. Has here is to have the other verb. It doesn't have the own meaning. He has often got some homework. អញ្ចឹងគាត់ជារឿយមានអីគេមានកិច្ចការងារផ្ទះមួយចំនួន They sometimes play games. ពួកគេពេលខ្លះឬក៏ម្ដងម្កាលលេង game. So play here is the main verb. Now let's look at after verb to be. She is sometimes lazy. So it here is verb to be. អញ្ចឹងគេប្រើ adverb of frequency កន្លែងហ្នឹងគឺក្រោយ verb to be after នេះក្រោយ verb to be អញ្ចឹង verb to be គឺ is អញ្ចឹង sometimes កន្លែងនេះយើងប្រើក្រោយ verb to be is. They are always talkative. អញ្ចឹងយើងអីគេ are កន្លែងនេះគឺ verb to be អញ្ចឹង always នេះគឺយើងប្រើខាងក្រោយ verb to be. He is often nasty. អញ្ចឹងយើងប្រើ is កន្លែងនេះគឺជា verb to be ហើយយើងប្រើ often កន្លែងនេះគឺដោយសារវាខាងក្រោយ verb to be. We are never late for class. អញ្ចឹង are កន្លែងនេះគឺ verb to be ហើយយើងប្រើខាងក្រោយ verb to be ដូចគ្នា Rewrite the sentences with adverbs of frequency. Now let's look at the sentences from number 1 until number 4. Number 1, Amy paints pictures in her house usually. Number 2, she paints in a special art room at school sometimes. Number 3, she goes to extra art classes after school with a professional artist of fun. Number 4, she misses her extra art lessons never. So now let's look at the answer all together. Number 1, Amy usually paints pictures in her house. So let me tell you in Khmer អញ្ចឹងគឺយើងប្រើ usually កន្លែងនេះដោយសារតែយើងប្រើមុខ main verb paints ឃើញទេបងប្អូនអញ្ចឹងយើងមើលឧទាហរណ៍គេខាងលើគេដាក់ usually ឲ្យយើងប្រើនៅក្នុងប្រយោគហ្នឹងអញ្ចឹងកន្លែងនេះយើងប្រើមុខ paint ដោយសារតែ paint នេះកន្លែងនេះគឺជា main verb ណាបងប្អូនណាបាទ Number 2, she sometimes paints in a special art room at school អញ្ចឹងយើងប្រើ sometimes មុខpaint កន្លែងនេះក៏ដោយសារតែ paint កន្លែងនេះគឺជា main verb. Number 3, she often goes to extra art classes after school with a professional artist. អញ្ចឹងប្រយោគមួយនេះក៏មិនខុសពីប្រយោគខាងលើដែរគឺយើងប្រើ often កន្លែងនេះដោយសារតែ goes កន្លែងនេះគឺជា main verb. The last one, she never misses her extra art lesson. អញ្ចឹងគឺយើងប្រើ never កន្លែងនេះដោយសារ miss កន្លែងនេះគឺជា main verb ណាបងណា Adverbs of frequency questions. Now let's look at adverbs of frequency in question. How often does she play the piano? តើជាញឹកញាប់នាងបានលេង piano ប៉ុន្មានដងដែរ She plays the piano twice a week. នាងលេង piano ពីរដងក្នុងមួយសប្តាហ៍ Do you usually have a shower in the morning? តើអ្នកជាធម្មតាឬក៏ជាញឹកញាប់ងូតទឹកនៅពេលព្រឹកដែរឬទេ Yes I do បាទគឺខ្ញុំងូត Order words to make questions then answer the questions so they are true for you. Order words ហ្នឹងគេប្រើថាដាក់ពាក្យឲ្យតាមលំដាប់លំដោយ to make question ដើម្បីគេបង្កើតជាប្រយោគសំណួរ then answer the questions so they are true for you បន្តមកទៀតឆ្លើយសំណួរដូច្នេះពួកគេហ្នឹងគឺប្រយោគទាំងអស់ហ្នឹងគឺត្រូវចំពោះអ្នកត្រូវសម្រាប់អ្នក Look at number 1 until number 5. Usually, do you get up at 4 a.m.? 2. Usually, do go you to bed before 9 a.m.? 3. Meet how often you your friends do. Number 4. A musical instrument. How often do you play? The last one, you how often do tidy your room? Now let's look at the answer. 1. Do you usually get up at 4? 2. Do you usually go to bed before 9 a.m.? 3. How often do you meet your friends? 4. How often do you play a musical instrument? 5. How often do you tidy your room? Word order questions. Here we have B, question word, what, am, is, are, is, subject, your name, other words, Peter. នៅទីនេះគឺគេឲ្យយើងនឹងបង្កើតជាទម្រង់សំណួរយើងអាចបង្កើតជា am is are ក៏បានឬក៏យើងអាចបង្កើតជាមួយ question word ឬក៏ WA question ក៏បានឧទាហរណ៍ថា is your name Peter តើឈ្មោះរបស់អ្នក Peter មែនទេឬក៏ what is your name តើឈ្មោះរបស់អ្នកជាអ្វីអញ្ចឹងយើងអាចធ្វើអញ្ចឹងបាន have got question words how many brothers have or has subject got other words ឧទាហរណ៍ខាងលើ have you got any brothers យើងចង់សួរបែបហ្នឹងក៏បានឬក៏យើងចង់សួរថា how many brothers have you got អូខេអញ្ចឹងយើងមើល other verbs question words do does subject verb other words អញ្ចឹងយើងមើល do you listen to music ឬក៏យើងអាចប្រើ how often do you listen to music បែបហ្នឹងបានដូចគ្នាណា complete the questions with words in the box does are has do is and have now look at the questions one where blah 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 you from two blah 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 your sister French three blah 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 you got any pets 4 how many talents blah 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 your best friend got and number 5 blah 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 your brother get up early answers 1 where are you from អូខេអញ្ចឹងកន្លែងហ្នឹងយើងបំពេញ are number 2 is your sister French អញ្ចឹងកន្លែងហ្នឹងគឺយើងបំពេញ is number 3 have you got any pets អញ្ចឹងកន្លែងនេះយើងប្រើ have number 4 how many talents has your best friend got អញ្ចឹងកន្លែងនេះយើងប្រើ have number 5 does your brother get up early អញ្ចឹងកន្លែងហ្នឹងគឺប្រើ does order the words to make questions 1 you how old are 2 from you where are 3 any brothers or sisters you have got 4 do you what sports do 5 sport you how often do number 6 read before you go to bed you do answers 1 how old are you អញ្ចឹងគឺយើងអាច order បានជាលក្ខណៈសម្រួលសម្រួលបែបនេះអញ្ចឹងយើងអាច order the word ហ្នឹងអញ្ចឹងយើងអាច order word ហ្នឹងបានទៅជាទម្រង់បែបនេះគឺ how old are you number 2 where are you from number 3 have you got any sisters or brothers number 4 what sports
do you do? Number 5. How often do you do sport? Number 6. Do you read before you go to bed? បាទសូមអរគុណចឹងលោកគ្រូសូមអរគុណបងប្អូនដែលបានទស្សនានឹងការបង្រៀនរបស់លោកគ្រូហើយលោកគ្រូចង់ឲ្យបងប្អូនហ្នឹងធ្វើ quiz នៅក្នុង Google Form យ៉ាងមួយទៀតសូមឲ្យបងប្អូនកត់មេរៀនហើយផ្ញើឲ្យលោកគ្រូទាំងអស់គ្នាបាទសូមអរគុណ